Thank you all very much. I'm running for President of the United States because given the crises facing our country, it is just too late for establishment politics and establishment economics. Together, we're going to have to overturn this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision. Billionaires and Wall Street should not be buying elections. We got to end this rigged economy where people are working longer hours for low wages. Almost all new income and wealth going to the top 1%. And of course, we need comprehensive immigration reform and a path towards citizenship. And here in Miami, as much as any city in America, we know that we have got to combat climate change, transform our energy system, and leave this planet in a way that is healthy and habitable for our kids and our grandchildren.
Thank you, Senator. First question, Secretary. You've been starting to sound like the nominee lately, but many voters are saying not so fast. Where did you fail last night in Michigan?
Well, look, I won one of the contests and lost another close one. I'm continuing to work hard for every single vote across our country. I was pleased that I got 100,000 more votes last night than my opponent and more delegates. So this is a marathon, and it's a marathon that can only be carried out by the kind of inclusive campaign that I'm running. A campaign that reaches out to everybody, a campaign that offers real positive solutions to the problems that we face, a campaign that is based on how together we can make progress, because I am a progressive who likes to get things done. So I'm excited about the upcoming contests, including right here in Florida, and will continue to work as hard as I can to earn the vote of every single voter.
Well, what went wrong in Michigan? What went wrong in Michigan? What failed in Michigan specifically?
It was a very close race. We've had some of those. I've won some, I've lost some. But, you know, I was very pleased by the overall outcome last night. And now we're on to the states for next Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to campaigning hard in all of them.
Senator, aside from your astounding upset last night in Michigan, you're still far behind Secretary Clinton in delegate count. She has 1,221 delegates, including superdelegates, and you have 571. What is your pathway to make up the deficit, and can you realistically catch up?
Well, you know, when we began this campaign, I was 3% in the polls. I was probably 60 or 70 points behind the secretary. We have come a long way in 10 months. We have won, including Michigan last night, which some people considered one of the major political upsets in modern American history. We have won 9 state primaries and caucuses. And I believe that our message of the need for people to stand up and tell corporate America and Wall Street that they cannot have it all is resonating across this country. And I think in the coming weeks and months, we're going to continue to do extremely well, win a number of these primaries, and convince superdelegates that Bernie Sanders is the strongest candidate to defeat Donald Trump.
Secretary Clinton, I want to disclose once again that my daughter Paula works for your campaign. And now I have a question about your emails. Your Republican opponents say that those emails have endangered our national security. When you were Secretary of State, you wrote 104 emails in your private server that the government now says contain classified information, according to the Washington Post analysis. That goes against a memo that you personally sent to your employees in 2011, directing all of them to use official email, precisely because of security concerns. So it seems that you issued one set of rules for yourself and a different set of rules for the rest of the State Department. So who specifically gave you permission to operate your email system as you did? Was it President Barack Obama? And would you drop out of the race if you get indicted?
Well, Jorge, there's a lot of questions in there, and I'm going to give the same answer I've been giving for many months. It wasn't the best choice. I made a mistake. It was not prohibited. It was not in any way disallowed. And as I've said, and as now has come out, my predecessors did the same thing, and many other people in the government. But here's the cut to the chase facts. I did not send or receive any emails marked classified at the time. What you're talking about is retroactive classification. And the reason that happens is when somebody asks, or when you are asked to make information public. I asked all my emails to be made public. Then all the rest of the government gets to weigh in. And some other parts of the government, we're not exactly sure who, has concluded that some of the emails should be now retroactively classified. They've just said the same thing to former Secretary Colin Powell. They have said, we're going to retroactively classify emails you sent personally. Now, I think he was right when he said this is